Our first recipient is Marc Cohen, who is principal of the Martin Luther King Middle School in Montgomery County, Maryland. Marc came to the school with a very ambitious goal, and that goal was to eliminate racial predictability of student achievement in 1 year. And if you think about looking at this particular challenge embodied in the predictability goal, the notion of trying to breach the gap in achievement levels among the cohorts of students in his school, what a challenge to take, what a challenge to undertake. But he was bold in his vision and in his belief system, and he did just that. Think about the cultural shift required to make that happen in any school, much less his school. Marc has helped to significantly improve the school's student performance base and to narrow that achievement gap. He works collaboratively and energetically with the staff and with the communities that the school serves. After all, schools are microcosms of the school, of the society and the communities that they serve. And so he seeks to ensure that each child is assigned and placed at the elbow of the best adult possible in his school, the best teacher, if you will, each day that each youngster comes to his school. And so it's a very, very special pleasure to recognize Marc Cohen, who is the 2009 recipient of the Outstanding Administrator Award. Marc, would you please come forward? When we set out to format this award, we tried to imagine what the best recognition would be beyond being recognized by one's peer group. And we decided that an appropriate reward might be the recognition, but also to provide a monetary amount to the recipient that he or she could choose to use in whatever way he or she deemed possible, practical, plausible, appropriate. And so Marc will receive a check from ASCD, and we'll find out perhaps at a later date how he chooses to use those monies. So Marc, please address your colleagues briefly, and we will move on. Thank you.
Thank you. You'll have to excuse me, this room is just slightly bigger than the middle school cafeteria I'm used to speaking in. The audience is just a little bit bigger. I want to take a moment to thank ASCD for this great honor. I'm thrilled to accept the Outstanding Young Educator Award on behalf of the hardworking staff and community of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Middle School in Montgomery County, Maryland, where I have the absolute pleasure of serving as principal. I was humbled when I first found out that I was nominated, and I feel tremendous appreciation to my colleagues and ASCD members, Randy Gruber, my assistant principal, and Cindy Kerr, for recognizing me in this way. I want to express my gratitude to my wife, Amy, for her wisdom, strength, and guidance, and for encouraging me to dream big for myself, for my staff, and most importantly, for my students. I want to thank my parents for being here today, and specifically I want to thank my mother, who after 35 years of dedicated teaching has retired with the knowledge that she has had a positive impact on the lives of thousands of children over her career. I want to thank my superintendent, Dr. Jerry Wiest, for courageously insisting that our good schools could only become great schools by making race and equity a priority and a primary system focus. And I want to thank my community superintendent, Dr. Laverne Kimball, for lighting the way in our journey towards becoming true anti-racist leaders. 3 years ago, I was appointed to lead a predominantly minority, underperforming middle school named after one of America's most celebrated and acclaimed heroes, Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. In a country that has been historically preoccupied by race, and with the scars that racial oppression have left upon generations of people of color, I entered my new position with an unyielding sense of humility and a determination to make Dr. King's dream of equity, excellence, and acceptance a reality for the children of my school's community. I wake up every morning with a clear and focused moral purpose. I believe that every student, regardless of the color of their skin, the size of their parents' bank account, the kind of cars in their driveway, or the level of education in their family, I believe that each and every student that walks through the doors of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Middle School has the ability to achieve at high academic levels, and it's my responsibility as their principal to make sure that they're provided with world-class instruction to help them live up to their fullest potential. Every minute is important. Every relationship is critical. We do not have the luxury of even one day to phone it in, to come to our jobs less than fully prepared. If we're going to change society, and I believe that's our role, if we're going to change society, if we're going to make Dr. King's dream come alive, we must be 100% present for our students every moment of every day. My staff and I have made a solemn and sincere commitment. We will eliminate the racial predictability of student achievement. We must. It's just that simple. As Robert Barr and William Parrott say in their book, Saving Our Schools, Saving Ourselves, if we fail in our mission, far too many students will spend their lives unemployed, underemployed, or unemployable. Failure is not an option I'm willing to consider under my watch. We must not allow this to happen to the generation of young people we're responsible for educating. As the recipient of this award, this prestigious Outstanding Young Educator Award, I pledge to dedicate my efforts towards the advancement of this idea by spreading a message of hope for our young people. On the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, Dr. King reminded us that as we walk, we must make the pledge that we shall always march ahead. We cannot turn back. I pledge that I will not turn back on this mission, and I'm looking forward to marching forward with each of you in the ASCD International Community of Educators. Together, we will make Dr. King's dream a reality by creating a system of education that provides high-quality, rigorous instruction to all students and that throws open the doors to opportunity that education provides. Thank you.